Coach, the city of Seattle, known for coffee, grunge music, and, of course, rain. And we're definitely going to get a heavy dose of the last of those three here tonight as you look inside a Wet n Wild CenturyLink field. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Mike, ready? Stop your running.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think
looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick six for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year one. By year two, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Back to it after the pick six. Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
It's second down.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. To throw, Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs.
Complete to Stephon Diggs. A gain of 14, but it's now 3rd down.
Hey, kid! What are you? All day.
On 3rd down, Cousins going deep for Diggs, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Zebra. Check.
Now it's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Danielle Hunter, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Here we go. Let's pass.
Melvin Gordon, the 2-time Pro Bowler. It's a gain of 4, but they're still looking up here at a tough 3rd and 11.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Open man is Gordon, complete. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks.
A gain of 15 yards.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. They go play action with Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, then maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, well, dry. Now you've got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. It might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 7 on the play, and just like that, it's third down.
Jahan, ready? 54 Mike. Gun.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
First. 57. Hey, echo. 57. Mike, 57.
On first and 10, Cousins. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 39 yards there, a big one.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Brings up
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 13-yard line.
And that's good for another Seahawks.
7-7, our score after one.
With the score tied 7-7.
Now Lewis here on first down. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Switch.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Mike 90.
Mike 50. I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear.
On third down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. A good first down call as the screenplay gets him 9.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
First. Gun.
Cousins now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ziggy Ansah racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. A 3rd down gain of 19.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3 and out. Now Cook, and they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at at the 43-yard line.
Mike, what are these?
I got you.
Off the play fake, Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 32-yard line. Cousins now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Well, now this pass brought in by Brown. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally.
Recon, 132 fighter. Through.
Mike 57. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field.
Again, it's Cousins. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Steven Sims with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Bailey got the extra point, and we've got a tie game here, a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Seahawks take over first down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal pot.
And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Danielle Hunter in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Now Wilson. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hughes. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Following the interception, Cousins. And this is Cook with a grab. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Big Al Woods there to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Switch up. Hey, watch that. Check the play.
On second and 9, Cousins. He's going to let this go for the end zone. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon, so that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down.
25, check 24. Deuce, 49, check 49, check 49.
He's checking. Crack.
Got it.
Now Wilson down around his goal line. Eluding the pressure right. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Flushed out right. Complete. Smith has it. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Here we go.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. A second down run with Lewis. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
He wasn't ready.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
14, find it.
Play action. It's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff for Lewis. Lewis has the first down and then some. And finally brought down at the 38. 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
Foot left, foot left. Foot left.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? They sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. He was brought down by Eric Wilson.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Vikings' 19-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
12.
He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Watch
by 4.
Don't get nervous.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
To 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Check 52. Good job right there.
They'll run for it with Dion Lewis. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. It'll be a loss of 1, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
They're
going to need some therapy after this.
He may try and run for this. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th. And Myers able to knock it through, and that'll bring him back within 4. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. That one good for 37 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
A first down throw for Cousins. This will be caught by Brown. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Check. Check. Hot route. Hot. Hey, Ken. Under 10. 10. 6-6. Pull it high.
Play action now. Cousins. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
After the interception, here's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that gives him a 3-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
That's the end of the third quarter with the score Seahawks 24, Vikings 21.
Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games but only led the Vikes to just 1 fourth-quarter comeback like he's trying to do here. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Brian Poole. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Now Wilson on 1st down. That's caught by Hollister. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They run it here with Gordon. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? or they're going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction.
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
Bang out, bang out, bang, bang.
Quick dash.
Come on. 19. Go. Move the team.
Wilson now to throw on third down. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Here's Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ezekiel Ansah, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets 1st downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those 1st downs, keep possession of the football.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Watch the pass. Kill.
There.
Patch it.
On 2nd down now, it's Gordon. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. He got 29 yards that time. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. And just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Being chased out left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
0-0.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. He's got Lockett. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Now, I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You're looking at the geography of the field, right? Where you are, that's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
On 2nd down. It's Gordon, and he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Gotta go, in and out, let's go.
Throwing now is Wilson. Eluding the pressure, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as he'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. Myers' kick is good, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores, so, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Trey Flowers picks it, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
So the victory here for Seattle, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Seahawks, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, it's a loss that could wind up costing them a first-round bye as they dip to 9-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Lacking the stamina, way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when I tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dials, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, up, man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey, or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets, the coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble.